In today's video, we are taking 5 new comments from you, and they're all a little bit strange. Guys, you know how YouTube videos work. We post a video, you comment, sometimes you tell us things that you want to see us do, and sometimes we're able to take those suggestions and try them out. Here's the basic idea. We have 5 new comments from you that we want to try. Some are pretty awesome and some are downright strange. Let's see what happens. We're going to start with some of the easier, more basic suggestions that we've gotten, and then we're going to scale it up to the slightly stranger. First one from Poor Redneck World asked, what happens if you put yogurt in the freeze dryer? Well, we've put a lot of stuff in our freeze dryer. Might as well try yogurt. However, you didn't specify what kind of yogurt. So I have 5 different kinds. We're going to go ahead and put these in the freeze dryer, let it run over the weekend, and see what comes out at the end. We're going to say it's a liquid, not frozen. Our next comment comes from Super Soccer. Super Soccer wants to know if you can use sunscreen to keep things from being discolored by the sun. Now, if you guys have ever had patio furniture that has fabric coverings or anything like that, you'll notice it does bleach out over time. Wearing a shirt out in the sun, yeah, maybe over a few years it's gonna, fade. It's gonna fade in the wash and other things, but we want to test this out, so we're going to try a few different things. I don't want to just strike my arm with different versions of sunscreen and hope I don't burn over the course of a few days. So we're actually going to try a brand new shirt with a decent color to it, and then I'm also going to try some apples. Now, the reason I'm trying apples is because they do have sort of a skin. I don't know what it's actually gonna do. So I have 4 different strengths of SPF. So this one is SPF 100+. SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor. Now, I have heard the rumor that anything above 70 technically is a placebo. It doesn't actually work or make any of a difference. So comparatively, SPF 70, SPF 100+, yes, these are different brands. I tried to get everything in the same brand, Neutrogena, just because they had the most variety in sprays. That was really it. But I checked this one. This was the only one I could find that was the same spray. It is sort of just the off-brand, Equate Walmart brand, but it has the exact same ingredients and the exact same percentages, mostly. We have a shirt here. We've got 5 different sections. I'm gonna spray the sunscreen in different patches. Here in the none section, I will have nothing. At the end of the weekend, we are going to see if it's made any difference. Same thing with my apples. I have them all labeled. SPF 100, SPF 70. I have an apple over here that is none. We're gonna see what these all do after an entire weekend in the sun. It's gonna be upwards of 100 degrees all weekend. Should be kind of cool to see. Remember how I told you guys these were really, really weird things that people requested? True Beanie Boo says, I think you should boil a shirt and light it on fire. I mean, okay. Like, I'm all for lighting things on fire, but why? While our shirt is boiling, as you do with shirts, Reese's Pieces said, can you try a giant version of Coke and Mentos reaction? Why, yes, Reese's Pieces. Yes, I can. So if you're not familiar with this gag that people will do sometimes, you take Coke, normally Diet Coke, and you add a Mentos to it. Sometimes you shake it up, sometimes not, and the whole thing will just sort of burst out of the top. It's pretty amazing for such an active reaction. So let's try just some regular Coke first. From what I understand, it doesn't work quite as well as Diet Coke. I'm very excited to try this one because while I know it, I've never done it myself, so thanks for the suggestion. We're gonna try a very small scale inside first, just to kind of show you what it is I'm talking about. We're just gonna take this entire pack here. We're gonna do something that might be considered not recommended. Let's try it with Diet Coke. We probably don't need too many in that one. The first one we're gonna do is Coke, then we're gonna do our open jar container, then we're gonna try our currently sealed Diet Coke bottle. This is gonna be a mess. 3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Well, made me happy. For our next trick, we're gonna take my new glass of Diet Coke. And if I don't drink it all, we're gonna pour some Mentos into this. 3, 2, 1. That was incredibly disappointing. Fine. Now, the reason I thought this was gonna be a little bit cooler is because it is Diet Coke. It tends to react much more violently than a regular Coke. However, this wide mouth means that it's not building up the same amount of pressure. So our next one will be a closed Diet Coke with that. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Look how much we lost, guys.
Counted a lot of that out.
Compared to our regular Coke. All right, we have a shirt boiling inside. Let's go see how that's doing. A boiled shirt. This water was semi-cold just so I can handle it. I still want it to be hot. I'm not sure if Beanie Boo wanted us to have this still hot. Here you go, a boiled shirt. Here you go, a torch. Ooh, look at the steam on the top. That's cool. You see that? Look at all that steam coming off. That is steam, not smoke. And it's on fire. And it's on fire. That's a lot of fire in the kitchen. That's gonna go outside. I've done some strange things in my career. I never thought this would be one of them. Slight problem with our last comment for the day. You wanted to see us boil ink. Well, unfortunately, we are now out of pen ink. However, I do have one other type of ink in the studio today. We did boil pen ink, but if anybody saw that cuttlefish ink video, you know this smells vile, right? So that should do it.
What on earth are you doing out here?
I am boiling ink.
What ink? Oh, I'm out. I'm out.
I'm really glad it's Friday, guys. The entire studio smells like dead fish. It's awful. No, 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 no. All right, guys, so we have let our shirt and our apple sit out over the weekend, and we also let our yogurt freeze dry. I'm confused. In the past, when we have freeze-dried different sorts of liquids, we've had them puff up, expand. Our Frosty from Wendy's actually just exploded all over the inside of our freeze dryer. Not so much here, not so much. So I am very curious. Oh no, it's still squishy. Oh, good. So all of these seem to have had slightly different results. It almost looks like we have like a sort of a frost happening on top of our Greek yogurt. Our Tillamook is just fluffy. This is a squishy brick, and our Go-Gurt. Okay. So we're absolutely gonna try these. We just wanna know what they taste like now, but I am not the food tasting expert on this channel. I don't know how long he's been there.
Yogurty.
So that was our Go-Gurt. Oh, I can't look at that. Oh no, oh no. Nope, nope. I do not like the way that looks at all. Not gonna look at it, but I'll try it. Oh, all right, that was a knife. Okay. Still gummy. Like, gummy.
This one's dust. Well, apparently it feels kind of dry because it is kind of dry.
This reminds me of our Wendy's Frosty right here.
This reminds me of chalk at school. It's hard to eat because of how dry it is. It just absorbs all the water out of your mouth immediately.
Hey, Nate. Why were you eating chalk at school?
You gotta learn things.
That is the French style yogurt, apparently. Oui. It's okay. This is the main yogurt. Underneath was the sort of the jelly or the jam.
Okay.
I love that flavor.
That is odd.
No.
The flavor is really mild. I think you're supposed to just, mix it up, get the peach in there. But this is just the weirdest, like, styrofoamy dust. Let's see if I can think of how to describe this. It's kind of like meringue that turns
Rancid.
into yogurt as it dissolves in your mouth.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think it tastes rancid at all.
Maybe I just really don't care for that flavor of yogurt.
Sea salt caramel.
I was going for the mixes, you know, just whatever I could find.
That's delightful.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Crack a piece off of that. Yeah, take that, spread it out, serve that up. People would not have any idea what it was, but they know it's delicious.
That tastes like a dessert.
Yeah.
All right, so we've tried our yogurt. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our shirts that we sprayed with sunscreen. Guys, yes, fabric will fade over many, many months if you leave it out. You wear shirts in the sun all the time, like daily, and so you're not gonna see that fade. It takes a very, very long time for that to happen. As you can see here with our shirt, you can see our oil stains, but in the areas where it's dried, there is no visible difference. So maybe if we had 6 months to test this out, it would be a little bit different, but just over 3 days, you're not gonna see that difference. And if you look at our apples, didn't really protect them either. So you might think at first when you're looking at these, like this was our SPF 70, it's almost rotted. And on the other side, well, it's very rotted. On the other side where I sprayed it, it looks pretty good. You might think that, okay, well that's because of the spray. Now, check this out. This is our apple here that had no spray on it whatsoever. Even better on the other side. Guys, this is what you're seeing here is the travel of the sun. From where we had this sitting in the yard, this side was just never hit by direct sunlight at any point during the day. So that's kind of what you're going to see on all of our apples. There's no visible difference between any of these. So cool idea. Unfortunately, it's a test that would take many, many months. We don't have that time for this video, unfortunately, but we did want to try it out. So thank you for the suggestion. Guys, you always come up with some pretty insane and creative ideas of things that we should try on this channel, so if you've got any more, you let us know in the comments below. One more time, how do you say that? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, that's not all. We've always got more for you to see. Go ahead and click that box up there at the top to see our latest video, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.